G'day everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Today, I'm lucky to have Nikita here with everyone to be able to get some questions answered about Escape from Tarkov, the development cycle, and just a bit of information about what actually happens on a day-to-day basis inside Battlestate games. And I'm also welcomed by Veritas. Veritas is a software engineer, works at a robotics company, got a lot of knowledge in software development, so I invited him to come along so we could both answer questions or ask questions in a manner that is different to, because I come from a very physical, labor-intensive background, and I spent 8 years in the military, and then and Veritas is a very educated background, so hopefully you guys will learn a lot from this. Obviously you guys will have known Nikita by now, but if you don't know him, he's the COO of Battlestate Games. And
hello everybody, my friends, greetings from Russia.
And I know before we start, Nikita wanted to talk about a couple of the current things with Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah. So of course you all here get that. Not everybody, but still. And you want to know several things, like you want to ask some typical questions. Fix your game. Where's hideout? Will there be leaks? Will there be leaks? Yes. So and what's going on? There will be no leaks today because it's not DevBlog podcast. I'm an invited guest here, and I will talk about in the kitchen that I want to talk on the last DevBlog podcast. Actually, we will talk more about the company, myself, and how the things around this. So no leaks today. So you can go on, better not, because there will be a lot of interesting information today, I think. Also, what's going on right now in the game? In the game right now, we're trying to fix everything that we can fix. And as I'm talking right now, we are preparing the hotfix patch, another hotfix patch. It's not big and it's not small actually. We will have some patch notes soon, I think. Maybe posted like right away, right now, I don't know. And we know about these things. We know about that they came back from time to time. They come back from time to time. My language is terrible because I need to talk more with people with interesting and intellectual. I don't know. I better not talk at all. So, yes, we know about everything. These issues are being addressed at this moment, as it usually goes. Every big update generates more problems, and we need to fix them with your help, of course. So eventually, everything will be fixed. This patch today is like another good patch to take out these bugs and stuff, and which cost and causing these things, lags, freezes, and stuff. And we're preparing the 11.7 patch. It will be like more than these hotfixes. It will contain some content, new weapons, more fixes, more freezes fixes, of course. And this is it. So after this will be 0.12. 0.12, it will be big. I can't tell the exact dates when they will be, but they will be for sure. This is it. That's all I wanted to say about the current process, the current state of the production right now. So we should switch to the topics of this podcast.
Yep. So just so everyone in chat wants to know, that if we've got time at the end, Nikita will answer some questions towards the end. But we want to try and get as much of this information out. We want to bleed Nikita dry of everything we can learn about himself and the actual development of Escape from Tarkov. So starting off with Nikita, where did you start with whole developing computer games and get into the position of COO? Where did that all start?
That's a long story. To summarize, I always loved the games. I played a lot. I remember when I played Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation 1, I got like this constant fear in my head. I couldn't sleep for 2 or 3 days, and I decided, no way I will be playing these games or ever make them in the future. But it was a mistake because something is switched in my head, and I discovered the other games, like PC gaming, like Half-Life, modifications for the Half-Life, Counter Strike, model customization Counter Strike, and we started. We, I mean, myself and my friends from other school, we started to make some modifications for different games for Half Life, for Morrowind, for Counter Strike, and we made a lot of progress. We even got invited by a company in Moscow to take part in the game development production in Russia. It was so like long time ago, but it was the end of the school, not high school, like mid school. How to say it in your place? Like in Russia, we have mid school. Yes, it's a regular
Yep.
school. And my my parents, like, they were not about the game development and games. They thought that if the person plays games a lot, he's obsessed. He's out of his mind. He's crazy. And I remember this, and it was a kind of unfair because I always loved the game because the games is like an advanced book. You can travel in the fantasy world. You can make some changes. It's like a real fiction, but it's life. You can play it. You can feel it. And I loved the game where you can play these big environments, like the enriched story modes and stuff. It was pretty cool, and I decided for myself that I will be this game developer sometime. And I never attended to any of specific educational, like universities and stuff. We didn't have in Russia. I don't know. Do we have it right now? But we didn't have anything in Russia related to game design, game development, or something. So everything I learned by myself, and this is what like the main reasons for me. It started a long time ago. I think it was about more than 15 years ago. So later, after this, my parents like were against this. They can't afford me to go and work in some company in Moscow. I need to to get an university, like to study something. So it was lost for me for some time. Then later, I started to work by designer, art designer, and like in Russia, it's this person who designed sites, web designer, and this is it. Like I've remembered that I wanted to make games and started to go in that direction. And then the idea of Russia 2028 universe was came up, and we decided with my new friend, we decided to make some great steps towards it with the Contract Wars browser based FPS. It's also in Russia 2028 universe. Again, there was no special education. It was just the like self education, internet, and there wasn't even some special friends of mine. Like they was like nobody helped me to get the point how it makes. But we started from 5, 6 people from the scratch, and without any money, without any support, we started to make this game from scratch with the feeling how it should be made. And this is it. This is a short story how I decided to make this. I always wanted to make something big, and I always understood that to make something big, you will need to make something smaller, to have the experience, to have the resources, to have the people around you, like battle buddies, how to say, battle mates,
Hello, buddy.
teammates, friends, yeah, and to build up the basement of future upcoming production of big games and with enriched environment. My dream is still intact, and it's all about the making big single player, story driven, open world game with the cinematics and stuff. But what I always loved in the games. And this is pretty big project for us. We're still learning and moving towards it with the project, with the EFT, with the contract wars, with the other project that we made and making. And long story short, actually.
So if you have if you have like contract wars over here and the vision for that perfect game, that you have in your head over here, where is Tarkov? Is that in the middle? Is that close to the end?
It's right in between these two projects, but maybe that even it shifted more to the Russia 2028 project, because actually when we designed the EFT, it all developed further, like in life. So many of the features were created with the help of you community, with our reconsidering. So we just thought that it will be great. Like the people, like is people changing. The world is changing. The game dev is changing. Actually, right now, the game dev in this pretty like odd position. Lots of good, big, and quality game developers made some mistakes with the games lately. So we to react somehow and make some decisions and make some changes in the games to keep the feeling, to keep the philosophy of EFT intact till the end. So yeah, like the first initial design was simpler than right now. It was more not like arcadish, but it didn't consist of many features that we already have right now. But it's constantly moving to this ideal representation of realistic battle simulator. Like the initial idea tagline of EFT was the battle simulator in hazardous environment, something like this. So the idea was to create battle simulator in a hazardous environment with the features that will help people to feel the heat, feel the real life experience. Later, that we need to make the game as much realistic as possible. So if you can't make the game realistic 100%, nobody will play a game. It will not be a game. It will be a great pain in the ass. Right now, it's pretty pain in the ass, but it will be like tremendous pain in the ass, like superb. You will need to like to think about it. Like you will, if you will want to play the game, you start from thinking about playing this game for a couple of days. You will need to prepare to play this game. Then you will play about 15 minutes. You will die and will have PTSD after it. It's not the goal. It's not the goal of EFT. And when I see the people started to take the things personally and overreacted about the game, they should not, because it's a game. It's not for fun, actually. I never said that EFT will be fun game. You should have fun. If you want to have fun, you could play the game you all know. I don't even name them. So, but EFT is not. It's satisfying, yes, if you're all right, and if the game is good, if the Tarkov Gods is in pleasure for you, and yes, you will have this pleasure and this like inner inner joy, inner. Okay, no, never mind. So yeah.
So going into your vision for Tarkov, you touched on before how you wanted to have cinematics and open world. So all that is still what you plan to do for the future, and like what is the perfect vision of Tarkov to much information you can get out of your brain right now?
Paint us a picture.
Paint us a picture.
So the escape from Tarkov, we need to stop by some point, because just a second. We need to stop by some point, because lots of ideas we want to recreate and make in the next project, single player project. So right now we have a pretty solid vision what should we do to finalize the project, like more maps, the um, the hideout, the meta gameplay stuff, which will be all around the hideout. Like for today, I done a research and like redesigning the whole project. The pretty secret file, you know, you will never get it. um, so yeah, like it's not so much left, because the core gameplay is already done. We need to get rid of all of bad stuff like freezes, bugs, stuff which are not helping at all. Also cheaters, not cheaters, not this snack, cheaters. And it's a pretty big problem for us, because the online games, it's like it's a hard type of games to create. You can see it by yourself. Some of them like have a perfect launches. Some of them like they are totally doomed, because they didn't know how to operate properly in networking and games, online games. Of course, there is a bunch, like the whole army of people who want to take some advantage of you with the cheating software, with the like network simulation stuff, with the different kind of bad things. Actually, it's illegal almost in every country in the world, and we need to fight with this too, because it's about your experience, it's about your happiness, it's about your posts on Reddit. So we need to keep these things together to have this experience as we planned for you.
So how much of the vision that you talk about with with the open world and all this cool stuff, how much of that is for, whether it's Russia 2028 or if it's for, whatever the next project is, and how much of that
Mhm.
is for Tarkov, right? Like if all these things we've been hearing about, um are these things that we should be looking forward to another game for, or can we expect to see in Tarkov in the future?
I've always said that it's planned in Tarkov 2. Open world mechanics like free roam is planned, and we never canceled it. The cinematics, it's a thing. Like we planned before raid cinematics, like rendered video files, to make the story more consistent. But it will not be the cinematics in game in Escape from Tarkov. Cinematics, it's more about the single player game, with the facial animation and stuff, with the characters, and it's more about the single player game. But the free roam, it will be Escape from Tarkov eventually, because for this we need to make all locations together, and as you know, the whole map is a single piece already. So I told on several streams, like you will need to get over this hill, and there will be shoreline. You'll need to go down that road, and you will be in customs. So it's initially it's designed on the big piece of 35, I think, terrains uh, sealed together, and it's all this like big map where you need when you need to travel point by point, escape from Tarkov actually, and it all will be workable. I don't know, do we have this word workable?
Yep.
In the future, we will be able to travel the whole location in every possible way. But it's a pretty technical task, you know. It's a big deal for us, and lots of things we are waiting from the Unity to a
2018.
200 2000, yeah, 2018 and 2019 too. because we have a pretty big Google Translate, help me. I don't know what's going on, but just a second. Expectation.
Yep.
It's a pretty simple word. So we have a great expectations about Unity, new Unity. It will not be like new engine, new graphics and stuff. New graphics will be polished by ourselves. We will make some huge improvements. Actually, this technical patch, I don't know, did you guys post the patch notes, but this patch will contain, this hotfix will contain the fixes of shadows. As you know, on the lowest settings of shadows are pretty not good. They're shit. So we fixed it without any impact on the performance. You will see the point. Also, we will add later lots of stuff related to graphics. You will see the quality improvements, because I personally think I never was happy about the Escape from Tarkov graphics visuals, and I always wanted to change them, and we will make this whole transition, whole overhaul of graphical and visual stuff in EFT before the release. So I I'm saying this without any dates by reason, because I don't want to. Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot going on. We're gonna because we've already touched on to where the development's going. We'll switch it around. We'll go on to topic 3 and we'll go back to topic 2. But with you're putting in all this new stuff, there's a lot of testing going on, and every time there's bugs and all that. So what is the actual testing process within Battlestate Games? So you make content, or you make an update or a fix. Do you do internal testings? How long does that go on for? And then after that, or does it get shipped out to get patched to the game, or are we getting it straight pretty much from the coders?
Of course, we have an internal testing team. It's not big, but it's professionals who know how to work, how to test, and we have a task management system. And every single task needs the test phase and approval phase, and the initial testing, actually, that when the feature comes up, when somebody resolves the feature, it means that the person responsible for this feature should test it initially, and to combine the game design and the actual representation of feature. Then it goes to a testing team. They test it out with lots of different cases. They make like some feedbacks, create new tasks, reopen this task to fix and stuff. After this, the task is approved, QA approved, and then the team lead needs to press the general improvement button, and this feature or fix will make it to a branch, to test branch, patch branch, to build it with this feature or bug, fixed bug. So after this, it's always about more testing. So with the 11.5 patch, we usually make play tests within our company. It's a pretty not a good idea to stop the processes like this, but it's all about the quality and your expectations, and we bring people from the art department, from level designers, animators, and we putting them all together inside a pipeline of play testing. They test the game like the usual players, not like testers, like usual players that test it, play it, and usually at this moment we have a lot of feedback from them. For example, we decided to release the 11.5, and just when we started the playtesting, we discovered like nearly 200 new bugs within this 11.5, and it was not like finished also, because lots of bugs, we closed lots of bugs, but some bugs popped out on the third phase of testing, and that's where you guys come. That's your part of a job. Job the bad word. That's your part of something. You need to test it. You need to report us everything, and this is the most efficient testing process. You know, we know, everybody knows that the game is still in beta. I don't know how to say it in English, beta or beta.
I call it beta.
Beta state, and we need to constantly reassure you that this is a beta. This, you need to test it, and we need your bug reports. And actually, it really helps. And we have a lot of feedbacks. We have a lot of statistics. We have, like, with the last patch, we have a lot of cool stuff. We, like, monitor the overall the situation of a game, like how many bugs reported in some period of time, how many crashes was in this time. We compared it to some, like, specific events, like we uploaded something, we changed something, and all of this is compared all together, and we make another tasks to fulfill, and this is it. So it's like three tiers of testing right now, and the last one is more efficient, but it means that if we are counting on you guys, the beta testers, actually, it means that the game will not be release quality right now. We just wanted to make it release quality, and you should test it. You should help us to get this quality that we all want all together. And this is it. This is what can I tell you about the testing process.
So there's, I'm sure, probably a dozen different ways that you get feedback, whether it's from, posts on the forum, whether it's from bug reports, crash reports, people ranting on Reddit, or putting YouTube videos together, doing, either quick videos on showing a bug and sending it to you guys, or doing more in-depth videos, like Pestily does, or Anton, or those guys. So, like, what do you find as the most value for the feedback that helps improve the game the most? Out of all of those things, what's the most value? How can we help, basically?
The value actually is floating thing. So sometimes you can find some really valuable thing just inside the internal testing process. But it's more usual for us that some of the really helpful ideas, some helpful bug reports come from you community, from Reddit, from my friends, from fans of the game, from YouTubers, streamers, and stuff. So it's a big, like, informational field, media field, where you can have this crucial information to fix the game, to make it better. I can tell that sometimes somebody can release the video on YouTube with a lot of helpful things, like the Wikipedia page, not like official Wikipedia on wikipedia.org. It's like Wikia page of EFT, has a lots of information, lots of stuff, lots of, like, pretty useful things, and helps a lot. And your, like, scientific approach also helps a lot. So when somebody trying to suggest something and take the scientific approach to it, with statistics, with graphics, with graphs, with calculations and formulas, it also helps a lot, because it will have all the basis is research, and it helps us to make some balancing things, and to make some new features from it. And we're always helpful for this, because it really helps. So I can't tell that there is some, like, the single source that helps us. It's more like spread all around the sources.
How much time have you spent thinking about how much information to give us as players to help you test? Like, one example would be, if you, and I'm just throwing this out there, if you told us the penetration value of a bullet, right? I know that the equations are super complicated, so even just having that might make it worse. But what goes through your head when you think about giving us information to help us know what the expectations are in the game, so that we know if something's a bug or if it's expected or not.
This is the good questions. The perfect balance key in this question. So of course we can give you all the abilities, all the tools to test the game, but it will not be the testing. It will be a technical testing of different features, of different implementations, and some parameters and stuff. But we need to test the overall game cycle, and this is what we have right in between the vibes. This is the cycle of a game. We need to test it from scratch. So build up your character, so build up your trader reputation, to make some quests, to take some notes about it. How much time did it cost for you? How much money did it cost for you, like in game money, of course. And every single vibe makes some huge corrections after usual after vibe, right after vibe. I don't know why, but right after vibe there is a lots of changes, not before the vibe. But this vibe will be in 11.7, and there will be more vibes after, because the 12. 0.12 is the big patch with the hideout. We need to wipe you again, gently wipe you, people. So again, about the how much information.
So
Yes, we intentionally did. We intentionally don't give you all of them to keep the testing environment correct. So it's more about like actual testing of a game with the environment close to actual released environment. I don't know how to say it more correctly. So we need to see your actual players' reaction, not testers' reaction, but players' reaction. I don't know if I sound like understandable.
yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's clear.
This is a principle.
So talking about the tools in order to do testing, it can get quite frustrating. I know for a lot of us at the moment where I'm using my community to take all their money to do a test, for example, and with the offline mode, we can test without the worry of wasting money that people work like grind hard for. I know in the future you've spoken about offline groups and being able to group up in an offline server to be able to test and learn the game and stuff like that. Is that still on the cards? And if so, where
Yes.
in the future?
Some offline environment to test the things like with a lot of features. It's a good idea. It's a good idea in the perfect world. Like everybody happy, everybody good persons. They're just good. But when the perfect, it's not a thing in our world. We can have this perfect society because they will take the game and make the offline like cracked versions of EFT. If there will be a networking in the offline mode, there will be the standalone working EFT with the networking. They will make their reasons. They will make some changes and make the game playable. It will be like badly playable, of course, but it will be not good in terms of like we don't want to people have this cracked like bad quality unknown builds with the ability to play it with network between you. I don't know. So I'm not saying that we will not do it because actually I said many times that the idea to have some PVE with a networking is real thing because I know how we can make it properly, and I will not say no right now. I still saying that yes, we will try to make something, but it will be closer to release, I think, because right now we have more important stuff to make. I understand that will be like great idea to have some PVEs just with your friends against like AI cool, like without any progression. Okay, it's okay. But right now we wanted to make some more important stuff. If you can understand this.
Well, the other option
Yeah,
would
for me,
sorry.
sorry.
Well, the other option would be to keep the servers entirely online. So you're actually doing it on an online, but there's no progression, like you said, and it's just a PvE
Yes, but
server.
it will require a lot of new servers, which costs a lot actually. But we will see. We will see.
Yeah, I think the value from that would come from the ability to, like if Anton wants to do an armor video, to actually go through your real money and buy 100 sets of fort so that you can actually get a decent sample size to test, is this really a 10% chance to get one shotted with this helmet or things like that? Like you can't do unless you do it a lot, and doing it a lot on live is expensive for us in the game. So
Yes. So the thing is that the offline mode, so called, is designed to have some kind of sandbox with a lot of features like you'll slow down time, make some free floating cameras to make some screenshots or even cinematic shots, videos from it. If there will be the networking, you will be able to make some really good videos, like some scenarios and stuff. So the effort, like the profits of this system will be huge and the efforts will be huge too, and it's just about the idea how to run it without super like expensive solutions.
I suppose
Like you have some like
I don't want to push the
yeah.
point too hard because like we're very passionate about the game, and that's why we're asking these questions about being able to test. Even like a map where I could know the distances, and I can like Veritas and I have both
shooting
tried to
range.
figure out sight alignment, full shot, zeroing, all that, and it's without actually knowing distances in a map. So if there was like a shooting range, like I know you've shown off videos of firearms in the game previously on a map that was like no walls but had targets. I know it's not part of the game at
Yes.
all, but it's a part where we could use or add a rangefinder.
Okay, so the simple firing range will be in the hideout. We can do it like not simple. I mean, I think it's like 50 meters, but we can make it even longer. So there will be
500.
500. It's too big. It will be the fire range when we will be able to zero your weapon, zero your sights, and fire maybe even some calculators, damage calculators, armor penetration calculators, and stuff. The hideout is like the basis from the big part of the game. So hideout will finally seal the altogether the actual in-raid gameplay and off-raid gameplay. There will be no this like breaking point like, oh okay, I'm in menu after the raid. You will need to go in your hideout, heal yourself. It will be automatically, but you will be able to heal it faster with the medications and special treatment. But still, it's like a meta gameplay between the raids. Yes, and you told about the development location with the ranges and the targets. Actually, I think it's also it's not a thing that we should know. We should say no to it because it's a helping thing. We want to like increase the quality of sniping in the game drastically. In the next patches, we want to finally have the sniper gameplay as much realistic as possible. We have a like a different kind of module to like to to have this every single feature like advanced ballistics, wind, like different kind of rangefinder ballistic calculators, different kind of uh, reticles to your scopes, like full scale realistic approach to sniping, and it will require some kind of range to test the weapons and sights. And I think it could be a part of hideout also. Like you will go in a hideout, open up your laptop, and press there, like Sniper Simulator or something. You will be playing ballistic, like this testing range in the game, in this laptop or something. We will see.
All right, so I won't push the point of the testing side much more, but obviously you've got a big task on your hands, and so I want to learn a little bit more about. Well, I think we all want to learn a little bit more about how the structure of battle state games is. So I've heard that there's been. Well, you said at the start you had 5 people, I think, when you started, and I've heard somewhere between people saying there's 20 people, and I've heard people say 300. Could you just explain to us like how many people you got there and the structure of battle state games?
So right now it's around 100 players, 100 colleagues in our team. It's pretty balanced team. We have all the departments we need. We all constantly trying getting new specialists in our company. We have a leaders team, so called. This is elite developers. We have, it's like in a circle. We decided things there. Like we usually have these meetings. We do estimations of tasks. We make some like big changes, big statements. We argue a lot. So it's a working team, which I'm actually proud of, and it makes things easier. It's spreads the responsibility all between us, and the idea is to have this like overall responsibility all together between these people to maintain the deadlines. Actually, the idea was about it at the first place. We wanted to maintain these deadlines and reduce the delays as much as possible. Different departments also. We have our department, in engineering department, where the programmers are, backend, front-end developers, PR department, community management, with lots of people related to support all around the world. Also, community members all around the world. Where else? Actually, I'm saying things that I could say like was a minor like mistakes. Don't be upset. Don't be mad at me. So it's pretty usual thing, pretty usual
Company structure.
scheme, the structure. So yeah, there is me. There is a inner circle of leadership circle, and different kind of departments which are acting all together. Like we usually trying to, with the big feature or the like medium to big feature, we try to put the feature owner. Feature owner will keep this feature like perfectly balanced, perfectly worked out, and tested a lot. And from time to time, we decided to make some changes in this structure. We invite different people from the team in this inner circle to make the process more efficient. Also, there is outsourcing teams which work on different kinds of tasks. It's not like big, very big company. Like we don't have like we don't have much super professional industry leaders or something, because it's really hard to get some people into our company because it's in Russia. The production is in Russia, so yeah, we are actually thinking about inviting people all around the world. Maybe start some distant work with them, because it's really hard to find specialists for that kind of game, because it's huge, it's complex, it requires a lot of experience, and it's not only about the experience. the working practice, it's pretty hard. It's pretty nervous. Although we're trying to get rid of it, all these crunches, all this like really hard periods of production. But it is what it is. We need to work. We need to make the game great, and it's not always about working hours. It's more about feeling the way of life, maybe. Like for me, it's pretty simple. The development process is my life. I can't put this into other people minds, so I can't just say you should work like as me. But anyway, people in our team are understandable. They understand what's going on, and there were a lot of different stuff ongoing, and we keep the spirit to go on and make the game of your dreams and our dreams too. So again, nothing special about the structure. It started from the pile of people knowing something, and we are constantly trying to forge something stable and solid from it with the leadership teams, with the like consultations and stuff. But a lot of experience and a lot of good thoughts are coming from, as I said before, from you, from other games, from like different development parcels or something. So it's a dynamic structure. It's not like
You had
fully
said
dynamic.
you had said that the company maybe had like 100 employees. What percentage of that is dev, and what's the structure of like the dev team? How's it broken up? Are there experts in networking, experts in animations, experts in the ballistic systems, or do people float? How does that work?
Actually, for some point we thought about the Scrum systems. We have all this super qualified, multifunctional mini teams, but it's not worked well. So right now we have all the people in our company, like engineers, have like prevailed experience. I don't know if I said it correctly. Like yes, some of them are more in networking, some of them more in visual stuff, visual representations of game feature. Some of them are graphical programmers, and some of them are working with the AI, and that's it. So yes, it's not like hey you should go make this task, although you never done this before, but it happens actually. So from time to time, when somebody on vacation or ill, we need to we can't just stop. We need to continue, and we trying to optimize so we can take someone who can be capable of like solving the issue and trying to put it in a new position.
So of those 100 people that you've got working for you, do a portion of them play the game like we do on normal servers and actually experience the game like we do, or is it mostly just on internal like LAN servers, I'd imagine? Or is it like there actually are people within the development team that play the game just like you and myself and Veritas?
There is two types of game of play of game from Tarkov gameplay. So it's testing, like purely technical stuff. It's not enjoyable. I think it's more about grinding to find some bugs, grinding like reproducing to roll some bug, to roll some reproducible thing, and some of the team is playing just as you are, for example, just playing and playing and playing because they think the game is great, actually, and they play it and they enjoyed it, and they understand how it's being made, and it's pretty important because I think it will boost it boosts up the value of the game because you can see the production. Oh, you can't see the production, but you can see my struggle from time to time when I'm trying to explain myself. but you can see the actual production.
So
These people see the actual production, this blood, sweat, and tears, and when it all comes together, they play this game with the respect. maybe this way.
do you jump on servers as well and play on different European servers and stuff like that?
Yes, of course. We are trying to test all the stuff. Because
No, I'm talking about you
again.
specifically.
Yeah, do you play?
Me.
Yeah, what level are you, Nikita? Come on.
Actually,
You sec or bear?
bear, of course. I'm not playing much by myself. Maybe I missed the question. Actually, I told about other people, not by myself. About myself. I played. I'm playing it as a tester, but usually I'm trying like not to play it like freely as you are, because for me it's so like nervous when I find some bug or some freezes or some game breaking stuff. It will like ruin my experience, and I will not be happy. Also, every day, like there's a lot of EFT in my life, and I waiting for this kind of like quality that I will play and say, this is the EFT that I dreamed, this is the EFT that I planned, and I will play this game like all the time. But right now, I don't want to ride this car when it's unfinished. But I do it from time to time, actually. Nobody knows about it, because I usually use a lot of different accounts, profiles, stuff. But it's more about like some features that I want to feel. Like I love the weapons in the game. I love the customizations in the game. I know that we could release only the weapon customization, and that's it, and it will be great. Actually, you will be able to build up your guns, to save them. Like I love weapons. I love modifications. I love the overall realism of it, and I really love guns all my life. And I do it from time to time. I just go and playing through editor, making some guns, and playing with AI, or even play with on online. And this is this is a book that I didn't open yet. So for me, it's a next it's the next phase of the development process by myself. When I start to play EFT, that will mean that the game in the best condition possible, maybe. Right now, I'm more watching, and gathering the information. And I don't know. This is something like something personal. I can't explain it simply.
So moving on to the structure. Sorry, not the structure. The patches come out usually on a Thursday, for example. And Thursday Australia time, Thursday night. So it's like Thursday morning for you guys. Do you guys work the 5 days a week like the majority of people do? You said earlier before the actual podcast that because that patch is coming out right now, that there's a good chance you guys will be coming in tomorrow. Is it a rotating roster 7 days a week, or is it?
We 7 days a week. It's all about self-awareness, responsibility. It's all about maybe even honor. Somebody will say, "What the hell is he talking about?" But it is actually. We had a lot of experience in this. Like many patches we released before, and there was huge, super rough days, nights, and weekends with the lots of stuff, like with lots of fixes, lots of tasks, and everybody was like everybody understood that the reasons is clear, like the effort's clear, the reasons clear, and the result is clear. And when it comes to results, when quality patch, for example, all the reasons, all the put efforts are working. Like people understand that it was a good thing, and I'm not saying that it's usual thing for us, but it's pretty usual. It was pretty usual like last year. This year we're trying to get rid of it because we are not like made from metal. We all have feelings, and for me it's personal thing also because I really don't like when it comes to overwork and work on weekends in the nights something, and I just can't mm, make orders like you should work on these weekends. But I think there was several times when it comes just we need to work. So weekends are not weekends. We need to work. It's working days. Of course, it's being compensated and stuff, but sometimes it just needs to be done, and it's not always about joy. But it's pretty like I don't know. It's not a tragedy because we are eating pizza here, drinking beer maybe. So I don't know. When it comes to actual feeling that the patch is over soon, like the release of the patch is over soon, and we done a lot of things and we fixed a lot of things, even if it was in crunches in over time, the feeling is good because you understand that there is a like clear understanding that the patch will be okay. And we done a great thing. We done a great work to make it great. And it gives the energy to want. So the
How
most
much?
frustrating thing, yeah.
Oh no, go. I was gonna say, how
No,
much do you and the team actually consume stuff like the posts on Reddit or YouTube videos? Like, is that something that you guys spend a lot of time either watching in
me,
or outside of work, or is it all you? How does that work?
right, like 100%, like 90% on me. So Reddit for me was this box of Pandora with lots of things, with lots of complaints and opinions, and I started to see that other team members watching Reddit too, posting links to our special like mm, bug dump chat. Like here's a bug, here's a bug, here's the issue, here's the issue. You should watch it with videos because it's great because it's with video representation with some kind of explanation. Although you need to like we constantly looking for bug reports and like take some information from them, but the Reddit is also pretty like usable thing. Lots of like bugs and related questions were solved with the help of Reddit and the videos on YouTube, of course.
So when it comes to the feedback from YouTube or Reddit, how much I know one of the big criticisms that we get and that you guys get, and I don't know how founded it is, that streamers have too much say over what happens to the game. And I think part of that might have to do with the fact that if we're talking to you and you're talking to us like this, it's easy to see how much of an effect we might have. But like some Joe on Reddit who posts something, how often do random things like that from people who aren't content creators actually make a difference? And should people
Right.
be investing their time and effort into those types of things?
It all depends on the actual efforts. So I see from time to time like big posts on Reddit with lots of information. As I said before, charts, calculations, formulas. I'm always like, oh yay, that's pretty interesting stuff. We need to see it. It's even that simple. I just copy the link, create a new task, and saying like, let's implement it. Like information here is pretty good. Let's implement it. And this is it. I remember a guy who made lots of screenshots with redesigned traders in interfaces, like in game with the quality like in game. I just copied it, make some little corrections, and decided to have this interface overhaul pretty soon because it was helpful and it had a lot of potential like useful information in it. and I don't know who was it actually. It's just a guy. I don't remember. About you streamers, my favorite part of people. actually, not everybody is great, but you're great.
Heard it here, chat.
You play the game a lot, like a lot. You actually can provide the user experience which rolled over many times, like hundreds of hours. And you can see some really important bumps on the road that hit the same time all again and again and again. You can point this bump and we can read of it because you are the ultimate testers of the game. Not like testers, professional testers, but ultimate play testers. You tested all the cycles, every single wipe. You tested and tested and tested, and you can provide us your ideas. And 80% of that ideas is useful. 80% of the ideas. For example, your video, Veritas, about the quests enrichment. Last when I said on Reddit, like we will look into it. Actually, we already making some changes in the quest to make them more interesting and more interesting. Like although
awesome.
it's green, yeah, they're grindable. They're not like that quests that initially planned, like storyline quests. They are pretty interesting actually, but we didn't start it yet because we need to make a hideout first. But that idea to have them less grindy and more interesting, like usual quests, it's understandable. Although it's a bit of a drama, of course, as you all loving, like clickbaiting stuff, drama. Okay, I'm okay with it actually.
Me?
But but it has a lot of information. So for me personally, it's just an information. No need to how to say it, to make it like contact with me, like to make eye contact with me, to
touch you.
to touch me in developer way. No need to shout, no need to make some big statements, and no need to make some like
Full capital post on Reddit. Like do the information.
yes,
Do the research
yeah,
and post a detailed explanation on Reddit. You'll read it and then you'll implement it if you see fit.
yes, of course. When some video about like Molson that it's overbuffed, and everybody's starting to send me, "Oh, you see, there's no video." I saw that video. I understood it perfectly, and yes, okay. Maybe you didn't mention, but we changed the LPS round damage and penetration a bit right after it, but I never posted anything about it, and it's also will be tuned down. Or tuned up. I don't know. Maybe better leave it as it is in the next patch. So all I wanted to say that we are watching. I personally like if there is a huge issue is going, it's been addressed, and it's not the reason to call us anyhow like lazy or something, uh, unattentive, and maybe even worse than
So
this.
it sounds to me like if I'm somebody who wants to have my feedback about the game heard, all caps on Reddit with a paragraph isn't going to do it. It seems like you guys are more receptive to more in-depth, like the worst case scenario is someone spends 6 hours photoshopping up this big diagram, post it on Reddit, nobody sees it, right? I think that's why a lot of people don't necessarily go through the effort. But is it true that you respond to, whether it's from a content creator or not, respond to more detailed
Yes,
feedback?
of course. The more detailed feedback, the more professional is always more pleasant to view, and it's not meant that like I physically can't see all the offers. You can suggestions, but of course, if you have a post with lots of like visual enriched representation stuff, it will be more visible for me and for not only for me, because again, some of our team is also on Reddit too. They will repost it, like send me a link to it. So yeah, and it's not meant that like the content creators. I know you actually. I know you, and I know that even. So yeah, there is a kind of the priority for you, for example, for people who play the game a lot, like a lot. We can't even imagine. Like it's something like something respectful at least, and this all is prioritized actually when you make some post and I see the famous nickname. I usually click on it and see what the big players think about, and usually I take this in mind, and usually it's really good ideas, because if it's not wine, if it's not a some complaints or like typical complaints like I changed my video card to RTX and it still freezes when I die, game is fixed. I hate this kind of posts actually.
So,
Game is fixed. Of course.
I told you that we'd probably try and keep this around the 1 hour mark and open up to questions if you've got time. I know it's Friday afternoon. Are you happy to open the discussion up to questions? So that pretty much covers everything that Veritas and I wanted to touch on. If you want to hit up some questions in chat, feel free. Otherwise, it's up to you. I know chat's going to go mental.
Yeah, I just checked my chats, and one of guys like the
I'll just answer some stuff though. I know
project.
about, like, I know Compass is already planned and coming. You've already posted imagery of it, so the guy's asking about Compass. It's gonna be.
It seems like the most common thing in chat right now is anti-cheat, which I know you've talked about a billion times. But is there anything noteworthy that you want to talk about? Any changes? Any updates? Any news?
One of the main questions that people are asking are you willing to outsource it? And I know Veritas and I touched on it previously.
Okay. I can say something about. I can say something about it. Or as I said before, we constantly do stuff with it. For example, if you encountered today a pretty noticeable performance drop and memory leaks, it was us. Sorry for this, and no need to post it on Reddit. I know you posted on Reddit. Every single time when FPS drops by 5, you started to post these things on Reddit about the performance drop, the game is fixed, where is optimization that they promised. Yes, right now we're working on the anti-cheat, like in current moment of time. There will be results, I can promise you that. About outsourcing, it's also a thing. We will reinforce our current system with different kind of additions. I can tell you more. All I can say that the fight with cheaters is a
constant battle.
Is a constant battle. Is a big deal for us, and there will be, as I said in the div blog, there will be report button soon. Not like soon, but soon. Not like soon, but soon. Yeah, not like in the next patch. It will be, I think, 0.12, the big patch with a lot of things, and you will be able to report suspicious players, bug abusers, and stuff.
I think it'd be
yeah.
I think it'd be potentially interesting for even if like an initial implementation would be have a report, have all that do is add a flag, a counter right on their profile.
Yes.
And then then when you're able to manually verify, you can use data science or whatever to correlate.
Yes. Exactly. So it will be a flag. It will be put in all our like statistics and internal anti-cheat stuff, and we'll have more information to refine it. That's all about it. So refine the current anti-cheat system. Okay, next question.
Voice
A lot
over
of people
IP.
asking about.
VoIP.
Yeah, VoIP.
VoIP is well. Let me see it in my table. Where is VoIP?
Everybody wants to know how many literal milliseconds until 11.7, and if you're off by 10 or more, then we're rioting.
Actually,
Tell us
rough.
exactly.
I can tell you. We want to, it's all about, like, right now, we're concerned about game-breaking stuff, about freezes, about desyncs. Freezes, desyncs, lags. We know what causes it, and we are working on it right now. Like, for example, 11.7 will be with the fixes. 12.0 will be with fixes too. It's like it's ongoing process. We want to get rid of every single bug, delay, freeze, desync and stuff, to make your experience as much perfect as possible. Also with the help of new Unity. When is the VoIP? VoIP is coming, as I can tell. Maybe right after. Maybe in 0.12 actually. Yeah, I think it's in 0.12. It's just VoIP without the headset functionality. Yeah, it's 0.12.
cool. So I know you've brought up that you're moving over to the new Unity engine for a while now. Is that in the foreseeable future?
Mm-hmm. The Unity what?
2018.
Yes, it will be a 0.12 too. We want to migrate to Unity, new Unity in 0. So 0.12 is pretty big patch actually. It's the biggest patch ever. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of changes. I personally kind of afraid of this patch. I don't want to delay it a lot, and but it will be. It will be big. Oh, I have information about web. That web is in progress. We're selecting third party solution for it right now.
You said VoIP is in progress?
VoIP, yes.
Okay.
Is Battlestate Games got a Gamescom in Germany this year?
We decided to drop the main events in this year because we need to make a game, lots of things, and actually we just need to make the game because usually the Gamescom, for example, E3 or GDC, is require a lot of specific production. We need to show something on these events, and it's off the charts. We can't like afford it right now. We need to stay on the track to make the planned patches in like solid timeline that we have right now. When it comes to different events, we need to make something new. We need to show something. We need to take some pretty important persons from the team to fly it over there to make some presentations, because it's not only just about me. It's like presentations, like showing the game and stuff. So we're thinking about it. Maybe Gamescom, maybe actually, because it will be in August, and I think it will not be so rushed time as it could be, for example, starting this year till the August, I think, or even July, maybe the whole year. And we will see. We will see.
One of the things I think I could probably combine a bunch of questions into one is what is the status of some of the more complex and longer standing issues, whether or not it's like scopes and zeroing, or whether it's like the armor bug or whatever, like I can't tell sometimes if they're all fixed and we should expect them to be fixed, or they're really complicated, they're going to be fixed incrementally over time. What should we expect for some of these major things that have been impacting for a while?
That's a pretty hard question because we personally think that it's finally fixed, but we just encountered this, that post-trade statistics can show you the uh, wrong hit zone. For example, you got hit, you died from a chest hit through your Gen 4 armor. Your Gen 4 armor is intact, and the statistics say you got shot through chest, and it's not true because you get shot through your head actually, and we just find it. So it's one of the reasons about the armor is broken actually, because the armor staying intact and you got hit and you die. So I think this bug is fixed in 11.7, or even in today's hotfix. I can't remember. So it's again about testing. So
are you saying? Were you saying the armor bug was that? It seems like the armor bug because the report tells you that you were hit in the chest, but you weren't hit in the chest, or is it because the bug is causing it to like ignore the armor and hit you?
No, it's just about the final hit. Like you. For example, I will describe you this bug. You making 2 shots to a guy. The first bullet lands in his head. The second in his chest. He dies from the head, but the last bullet is being registered, and on the statistics it shows you that you were dead by chest hit by chest hit zone. So it's like the last bullet hit is written over there.
Would that damage his armor? Because a lot of things come from people saying their friend says, "Hey, my helmet is full. My helmet has full durability, but it said I died to my head. What happened?"
We removed the thing. There was a feature. You was able to shoot the body of a dead player on the to the armor plates and ruin his armor, even if he is dead. It was this kind of feature a long time ago. We removed it, but we will re-implement it later in next patches. So your armor will be not damaged, but it's still the wrong information given in this statistics screen. So
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it might be really useful maybe for the community if there was one official source of maybe just super high level known bugs. So then people will stop reporting. Well, people won't ever stop reporting, but it's like we can point to escapefromtarkov.com/known bugs, right? And that's a web page that says, we know this is an issue. We know this is an issue. I think that, because then streamers can link to it. YouTubers can link to it. People on Reddit can all constantly link to it and say, yep, we know about it.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, it's a bug tracker. We know a lot of bugs. They are in the bug tracker, and I don't know. The public bug tracker is pretty dangerous thing because people will speculate and say that you see how many bugs they are not fixing at all. We have 6,000 tasks in the bug tracker. We've completed nearly 4,000 different tasks, closed them bugs like features and stuff. It's not even the end. There will be a lot more, and I don't know. The common the known issues it's not a bad idea actually, for those who can understand the reasons of production, for those who understand the whole picture of development. For those who don't want to speculate on it and say bad words about us, you see, this bug is staying here for 3 years. They can't fix it. They are unprofessional or something like this. No, I don't know. Maybe we will implement something like this. Maybe even we will create some kind of reporter thing with the ability to most wanted fixes, something to boost them up. But actually, we perfectly understand what is going on with the game, and that we perfectly understand the priorities, what to fix. You all understand that we need to fix stuff that occurs often. Freezes, for example, desyncs lately because we broke something, and I think maybe we will fix it really, really soon. With today hotfix, actually, we fixed the part of it, and it's all about this often like bugs, not rare something. Of course, there is in the game a lot of things, rare things, super rare things that will break your game, like break your character. You'll need to relock, or even relock will not help. It's about the bug when you throw a grenade. Right now we just can't reproduce this bug at all. That's why we're asking you people, report every single bug you found. Like you can even no need to type in the detailed information about it. The logs will help us out. Logs.
Do the logs get automatically attached? I would report
Yes.
100 bugs a day if I could open the menu in Raid and say report bug, window came up. I could say grenade bug, submit. The fact that I have to leave the game, you have to leave the game and go to the launcher means I'm always like, well, I'm sure 50 other people, reported this and I'm, lazy, and that's not good, right? I think that something like that could make it so that it's so easy and to two buttons presses and you submitted everything. I don't know.
Okay, I know that one of my colleagues needs to figure something out about it. Needs the ability to send some bug reports in the game, maybe some key you press and you open some kind of window, maybe because we close the launcher, and we're doing it for the reason. Okay, we will think something about it. I think we can find a solution to have the ability to send the bug reports right in the game, not like after the game.
On that, I think what's going to happen as well is people are going to use the bug report to report hackers, cheaters, etc. I would probably highly suggest that have a separate drop down, say suspicious player. I don't know, maybe if you get 40,000 results on one player, you might want to investigate it. I don't know, but it's just just to stop the bug.
Disable the submit button.
Just so the bug report section doesn't get
about.
flooded with suspicious players, and we can actually have bugs getting reported. And then if you want to have the suspicious player side, go for it.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That there will be report system. I think the idea to report the player who killed you in a very specific, suspicious way, it's more useful because we will have all the information detailed with the kill, weapon damage, and stuff, like different parameters, distance, and the streaks and stuff. And it will help us more. I know that the cheat developers are listening us actually, or cheat developers lovers, and they listen us and thinking and maybe messaging them about that they will have a report system. I don't know what you expected. We are fighting with you, and we'll continue to fight. It's not like no personal things about it. You're just ruining the game experience. Not for our game. You are ruining it for in a game. It's unfair. It's like illegal actually. So it's not a good thing to ruin the experience and trying to ruin our work. And when it comes to protecting what we are doing in protecting your experience, the fair players, we will act with all like responsible measures, and we will not stop at all because it's maybe the most important part in the online gaming, PC gaming, because PC gaming has a lot of cheaters and software. So guys, you should think about it more. I mean, cheaters, why you should doing this and why you should keep supporting them, the cheat developers.
So, there's a question about the Steam audio. With that latest audio update, was that using Steam audio? I don't know, to be honest. So I'm just, was that
Steam audio is planned. So like the last
So your microphone's cut out,
weeks.
Nikita.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
The last update with the sound just in the current sound system. The Steam audio is planned to be implemented, and I think it's planned in 0.12. I don't know if we will, like, the too many tasks right now is 0.12. Maybe we'll shift it a bit, because I understood that the current sound system is better than the last one. Yes?
Yep. There's still some stuff to be done with it, but it's a lot bit more directional.
So we will continue to upgrade it, fix it, and eventually we will release this. We got contacted with the Steam audio developers. They said that we will provide any help they can provide to make this like transition to this system smooth. So I think it will be a great addition to the game to have this positional audio. You can see it about on the YouTube how it works.
I don't want to hold your time up too much more, but there's a lot of questions about the new maps coming. Barracks is planned for 0.12. Past that?
Point 11, yes. 12.12. The military base is like one of the big reasons of this update is a new big map, and it's military base.
And then it's like Streets of Tarkov after that, or do you have other maps planned, or?
We think we start to make locations simultaneously. It's one of it will be Streets of Tarkov, I think. Second, still on the guess. We need to guess what. I think it will be more about location needed for storyline quest. After Hideout, we plan to start the storyline quest production, and it require the specific completed maps to have stuff working.
Cool. I might finish it up there. Your microphone's really cutting out now, so. But thank you so much for your time, Nikita. I know you came into work specifically for this today, and you're staying later than the normal knockoff time. And Veritas, thanks for coming along and helping out with the questions, guys.
It's no problem. Thank you.
We'll give some love to someone out in the community, but it's very difficult to answer every single person's questions. We try our best to. I approached Nikita for this to try and get as much more information out there as possible. But I realized last podcast on the Tarkov TV, there was Nikita wanted to answer some more questions, but there just wasn't time, focusing more on the actual Battlestate game side of things. So I'm going to send you guys off to someone in the community, give that person some love. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time and popping in today. I'll get this out. There's the VOD here for other people to watch, and I'll have it out on YouTube for anyone else. But make sure you give Veritas some love as well. And thank you so much again, Nikita, for taking your time to.
Yeah, thank you, Nikita.
Thank you for a very interesting question. Actually,
No worries.
about actual production. Many topics are not covered actually about the actual production, and then like the in-house philosophy, or how I can say it. But maybe later we will say more about it. But again, I don't know. I will ask about it. Like, is there patch notes or not about today hotfix? I don't know. Okay, it's planned to release the hotfix today. And okay, have a good weekend, guys. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Nikita. Thanks, chat.
Thank you for being patient. Thank you for your information, passion, for your dedication to the game. It's really important for us actually, because I watch a lot of lately, not so much, but I think I will take some rest, and after the 11.7 I will again start to watch streams. And thank you very much for keeping that way. I every single time I love to see new faces, new streamers in the game. Like for us, it's very important. For us, we understand that the game that we are making some impact on society, on the players, on the hardcore players. We don't want to take all the audience from around the world, but we are very happy that the core audience building up, and we're pretty happy that no matter what, we are still staying together. Thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to send you guys over to Claymore TV. Make sure you give him some love, blow up his night. Make sure he knows you're welcome and you're there. And thank you very much again, guys. So, guys, thanks for watching this podcast. Hopefully you learned something. I know we didn't get a chance to answer everyone's questions, but like I said, hopefully everyone got something out of it. Make sure you go give Veritas a follow. He also uploaded his YouTube video of the intro. So there was actually a really epic intro made of everyone from the team. So it's really, really good. So anyway, I'll finish up there, and I'll see you next time.